today's topic, I first wanted to, say, because this should be the first video, pretty much I wanted to, make these videos because do you ever have like those, you just feel like you have friends, but you just don't want to talk their head off, pretty much. So I don't want to talk my friend's head off all the time, you know what I mean? I do realize that, sometimes they don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? They don't want to hear it anymore. So pretty much I wanted to, talk to you guys in a way. And as the title says, he's not shy, he just doesn't like you. And that is something that I just had to fully learn about a month ago, is that for all my girls out there, he is not shy, okay? He just does not like you. And a common theme that I want for this channel to rely on is to be real with yourselves. Like, we can lie to everybody else, okay? Don't do that either, but please be real with yourself. And it took me 2 times to realize that men are not shy, they just don't like you. And I want to also set some ground rules, is that men are going to be men. And I don't mean that in like the sense that, men are going to be men. No, I'm just saying that they remain the same, in which is that if they like a girl, they are just going to pursue that girl. It doesn't matter how shy they are, because at the end of the day, just remember that it's not a woman's job to go and pursue a man. I believe that if you do, that's fine, but I believe that we as women should sit back, bat our eyelashes, and have men come up and pursue us. So I wanted to get a bit personal with you guys and tell y'all 2 stories, 2 times, of which I had to figure out the hard way that he's not shy, he just didn't like me. I discovered that for the first time back when I was in high school, and I was a senior in high school, and I picked up this job at this retail store during the summertime. And I pretty much worked there for some extra, as all teenagers do. I was around like 17, 16, I believe. Yeah, I think it was either 16 or 17, one of those. And I'm saying that like that was just years ago. That was like, what, 3 years ago? I don't remember. But pretty much, I worked there in June, and this other person came to work there as well around December. Yeah, around December is when he came to work there. And I always saw him around, but you all know that you'll see somebody around and you won't think anything of them, but they do that one thing that makes you think to yourself, oh my gosh, do I like him? So pretty much that one thing was, I remember that it was around December. And if you've ever worked in a retail store, you know that around December, that stockroom, it is jam-packed. Like, you can't even move around in that stockroom because they're, trying to push as much stuff out for Christmas. I remember that I forgot what I was doing, but I went in the stockroom to get something. I think that he thought, because he was also in the stockroom, so in the stockroom it was just me and him, and I guess he thought that I needed help reaching the top shelf or something, and so he was like, oh, do you want me to get anything for you? Do you want me to get you anything from the top shelf? And I pretty much like to myself, oh, no. And I think that I was also leaving, whatever. And so after that, I remember going home and then just thinking about the way, I was being so delusional, just thinking about the way that, he just turned to me and he just, said, do you need anything? And just being so dazzled by him asking to pretty much use his tall abilities. Like, we have to stop being delusional. Like, we have to stop turning nothing into something. All this man did was ask to reach the top shelf, And I was completely dazzled by that. So pretty much the crush just ignited. As the months went on, just pretty much just hope to see him at every single shift. And when I did see him, we'd have casual conversations, what two coworkers do. And I just thought to myself, okay, maybe there is a possibility, but he's just shy. And then one of my other coworkers, who I was friends with at the job, and she just tells me how pretty much this person, like, how pretty much this shy coworker who I thought, they went to like go watch a movie or something together, and that like he walked her to her car. And I was just like, whoa, like my actual heart. So already then I should have realized that, okay, this man is not as shy as you think he is. Because when it comes down to pursuing, he has shown that he will pursue when he wants to. And we need to remember that they will pursue when they want to and if they want to. So I was just like, oh, dang. And so I was, hurt by that. Every single time I'd see this coworker, I'd ignore him as if he didn't me any wrong. Like we had nothing. I was so dramatic and I was so delusional. And so pretty much, I needed to confront him about it. I'm just playing. But we were in the break room, and then the movie that they went to go watch together, it was one of those phenomenons of the year. And so I pretty much brought it up suddenly. I was like, oh, have you guys want to go see this movie? And then he talks, and he's like, yeah, I want to go see the movie. I want to go see it with this coworker. And I was like, oh, so are y'all dating? Just trying to, slide it in. And so he was like, no, it's not like that. And so I was like, finally. So that means that any time from now, he can come and pursue me now. Let me also tell you guys what I used to do. Girls, please never do this. So pretty much, in order to give him an opportunity to confess his unwavering love for me, I would do this thing where if I had to work a morning shift, I knew that he did not work those morning shifts. So I would tell the manager, oh, I can't come into work, but I can't come in later though. And pretty much I would get my shifts swapped around just to work with him. And girl, and also I would also pick up shifts that I knew that he was gonna work. That was so like me. I mean, I was like what, 17 at the time. So I developed this plan that he was quitting and I was quitting it. I mean, he was quitting because the job he didn't like anymore, and I was quitting because I had to go to college. And pretty much I had developed this great plan that on my last day, I just thought to myself, oh, this man is so shy. I just need to give him, a suggestion, you know what I mean? I just need to, give him a hint that, I like him. A big hint that I like him. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. This one coworker told me that, girl, did you see what he was doing last night? I was like, what? And then he said, oh, girl, he was like staring at you. And that is also another thing, is that we should not be impressed by a stare, by anything of that nature. The only thing that we should be impressed by is direct action. Okay, a stare is us being delusional, because God knows why they're staring. Anything of that nature, anything that's not direct, we should not be impressed by. Yeah, so going back to my last day scheme, I had this grand idea that I was going to, ask him for his Instagram. But I wasn't just gonna, say, hey, what's your Instagram? I was gonna, go to other coworkers and just say, hey guys, since it's my last day, I'm just gonna, add you on Instagram. And I went up to him and I said, hey, I know that it's both our last days, but I was just going up to coworkers, and just asking them for their Instagram, which I did. I did go to one other girl, but that was pretty much that. me and my friend are out hanging out, and she dares me and she's like, hey, you should, text this person and see what he says. And so I was like, oh, no, no, like, I don't do that. We should never chase, we are the catch. I find a dumb way to do it. And in this class that we had together, we have these things called take-home exams, like pretty self-explanatory. Like the exam is on a piece of paper, you take it back home, you complete it, and you turn it back. Then you turn it back in. And then I pretty much was like, okay, fine, I'll do it, but I'll just ask him to send me the picture of the exam because I lost my paper. And so he does it, and I was just like so impressed, like, he did it, like, he must really like me. And then the conversation was also very, very dead, very, very dry. And then the reasoning why I was like, oh, he must like me, was because I was like, oh, every single time he talks to me, his eyes just light up. This must mean that, yeah, he likes me. And so the conversation never went anywhere. It was so apparent that he just did not like me. And yeah, I think that I'm still undelivered right now. So those are two stories that ultimately show that there's no such thing as a shy man. I gave these two shy men the opportunity to, if they liked me, to, confess to me the shy route via message or via Instagram DM. So I just want to say out there, please do not believe that a man is shy. That man is not shy. He just doesn't like you. And I just want you to, don't fall for these men who aren't showing you anything. At the end of the day, if you have a crush and he doesn't, I guess make a move or whatever, please go about your business, okay? Please do, because he doesn't like you, and that is just the truth.